So the latest episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated of Slime has happened, episode 2, and honestly, not a lot of action in this episode, a lot of exposition, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, because episodes like these are what you need to have really good world building and really good storytelling. Not every episode is it going to be like, oh my god, I'm going to kill you, oh, I'm going to kill you. The key is here that 3 things happen, 3 different viewpoints about what has happened at the end of season 2 was taking place. First, you have this area, the clowns and such, Clayman's, I don't know if you want to call them accomplices or henchmen, whatever you want to say, are essentially here talking about the death of Clayman, the fallout of him being a demon lord, and what are they going to do for the future, because they actually do plan on world conquest behind the scenes. So they're trying to do what they can do, and honestly they're like, well, nothing really we can do right now, we gotta lay low, but maybe we can slide something in to make someone attack someone else, but nothing really of action of note that we have to worry about in this episode, but we'll see what they do in future episodes. Next was Hinata. We learned about her, a little bit of her backstory, why she's allied to this holy church, and what is her real meaning or thought process, why is she doing all the actions she's doing without really caring about what Rimuru was saying when they were battling the first time around. And thus we learn more about her. And this kingdom was basically saying, well, Rimuru and the forest, they're very strong. We can't really do anything because Veldora is there, and he's, Veldora, that's a whole nother subject, but Veldora, everyone fears Veldora, including them. So they're like, man, what are we gonna do? Hinata's like, oh, I could take on the storm dragon, it's no big deal. Her mistress is like, no, you can't. You're not that strong. Don't even try it. So then they rule out, or their final ruling is that they pretty much have to treat Rimuru and his nation as a nation and just do trade negotiations with them. Despite the fact that Hinata did try to kill him at one point, but they'll brush that on the rug and move on. And then finally, the last nation was, of course, what happened last week. Diablo's plan coming to fruition. The king here is basically picking the choice that Diablo figured that he was going to pick, and the fact that they're going to, all right, you know what, here we're going to do abdicate the throne, I'll put someone else on the throne, and we're going to have to pay the reparations for what we've done. And then they start hearing the news about what happens before. Rimuru is a demon lord, he's killed Clayman, and that the demon lords have made a name for themselves, they are a group, and honestly, they just are not powerful enough, despite the fact that some guys were sitting there like, maybe we could just hire some people. Oh yeah, didn't you hear about that one guy? He's really, really strong. He might be able to do something. They have no army. They have no army at all. They are literally a nation without an army, yet they're still thinking, well, maybe we could hire some strong mercenary heroes and they could do something. Yeah, that's not happening. And they really got shut down once they realized of the news of everything that happened before. And honestly, I believe the king already knows about all this stuff, because you got to remember, technically he's on Diablo's side. They had that talk before, and of course, this dude was a box of goo not that long ago. So he honestly is secretly on Diablo's side and just trying to make sure everything kind of slides right along and gets done correctly, while other people are thinking that they might be able to do something once this king steps down, that they're like, ooh, yes, now my plan can go into place. Yeah, that's not going to work out that well, especially with Diablo handling things. So we'll see about that. Now, like I was saying before, Veldora is so feared. It's because of the past history of Veldora. They know of how strong he is, but no one really knows outside of the kingdom really that he's different. Now, granted, regardless of the way he looks currently, he's kind of like in a human form, if you will, Everyone knows him as the Storm Dragon. He's going around, he's very strong. You don't mess with the forest because he's there, and no one really messes with this region because of it. And then now they're like, man, now a whole nation's coming up, and then we got this Rimuru guy. Oh man, he's strong too, and somehow they talked and tamed him a little bit. It's like, oh man, we got all these strong players that really the reputation of Veldora precedes him. If they really met him and his personality that he is now, they probably wouldn't fear him as much as they do now. Like, whole nations are literally like, let's not go to war with them. Let's just try to negotiate off of the reputation of this guy. It's pretty funny. And honestly, I mean, it's not like it's not correct, because yes, Veldora, because he's friends with Rimuru and they have a peaceful coexistence and they try not to harm humans in any way. It wouldn't surprise me if a time came where Veldora had to pop off, he would really pop off. We got to see him fight with Milim a little bit, you know, he did the Kamehameha, he did, you know, a lot of funny stuff last season. But honestly, if he went unbound, oh my lord, honestly, I fully believe he could be as destructive as the myths and the rumors precede him. But yes, whole nations are literally doing nothing because of how strong that they know of this man right here. Well, dragon, I should say. Overall, like I said before, not a lot happened in this episode as far as action, and we didn't even really see anything from Rimuru's point of view. Although the title of next episode actually seems like that we'll get everything from Rimuru's viewpoint, as now the meeting with the Demon Lords is over with. I'm sure he's going to be able to relax more, and things will actually supposedly go back to normal. But I'm sure that this season wouldn't be the season if something doesn't happen or something doesn't pop off. The key is, now that he's a Demon Lord, what's the next step? Like, how does he become more powerful? Like, he got a real power jump from going just regular monster to Demon Lord status to revive his friends and the people he consider his family. So now it's like, okay, what more must he absorb? Because he gets stronger with every battle because he constantly keeps absorbing the abilities. Shoot, at the end of the season, last season, he was able to replicate the shield that the other Demon Lord made. And every time he just meets someone, talks to someone, or just sees an ability, he's able to replicate it. So what is in store for not only this season, but Rimuru himself? I can't wait to see it. We'll see how it goes. But like I said, this episode was kind of tame, a lot of exposition, a lot of set pieces being played out, but the game is about to begin soon. Tell me what you guys think in the comments down below, but please make sure you like the video, and please make sure you subscribe for more as we discuss this anime and several others here on the channel. You guys be safe, take care, make sure you check out the Patreon, and Lord willing, I will see you next time. Bye-bye for now. Make sure to check out the extra content on our Patreon page, and thanks to our current patrons.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.